Today I'm going to talk about what you need to know when it comes to buying a condominium with financing in Miami. A lot of times people just really gloss over this topic at the buyer consultation. I think it can be a little bit hard to process until you're actually in it and then you see what I'm talking about. But I deal with this part of the transaction every single day when I'm working with our buyers. And it is a very tricky part of getting financing in our area. So today I'm going to go over some very important tips that will help you navigate this process and help you make a smooth move to Miami, Florida. And I'm going to get started now. Hey everyone, my name is Jamey Prezzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami-Dade and Broward counties. I work with my husband, Ognjen and also our team. Today, I'm going to go over a very important topic and one that is often misunderstood, and that's the topic of buying a condominium with financing and what you need to know about the building part in that process. But first, before I get started, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another update. We do put out new videos every week. We get calls every single day from people just like you who are thinking about moving to our area. So whether you're thinking about moving next week, next month, or in the next 6 months, we are here to be a resource for you. Use the information in the information box. Give us a call, text, or email us. Whatever works best for you is fine by us. We just want to help you make a smooth move to our city. Okay, let's get started. So when you're getting financing on a condominium in our area, the underwriter at the bank, not the lender, not the nice person that you're talking to on the phone every single day. I'm talking about the internal people who are working on underwriting your actual file and the ones that will say, okay, you're approved. Those people. They're called the underwriting team at the bank. And the underwriting team is looking at your file. They're going to look at you, the borrower, and see all of your qualifications. And then they're also going to look at the building and qualify the building as well. At some point in the process, the bank is going to send out a document called a condo questionnaire. This questionnaire is going to really depend on the type of loan product you're getting. It can be a couple pages long. It may be more than a couple pages long. It really just depends on the bank and the type of loan product you're getting. Now, that questionnaire, depending on how it's answered, will make or break your financing. And a lot of things that I see that can create issues for financing is if there's any litigation going on in the building, if the building does not carry enough reserves, if there's too much commercial space. And there are ultimately many other reasons that they could potentially deny the loan based on building details. For instance, this is a good example of what a condo questionnaire looks like. And all the banks have their version of what they use. They're all very similar, but just depending on the loan product and depending on the bank, these are the types of questions that they ask. And there's just a lot of little questions that can throw off you being qualified to purchase in this building or not. Now, how do we try to mitigate this from the very beginning? Well, if you want to know the honest truth, there's no way to 100% mitigate and give you a 100% answer that you can get financing in this building until that questionnaire comes back and they review it. I've even had buildings that were approved 1 month and they were not approved the next month. So it really just depends on what is going on in the building at that time. One thing that I do like to do is I like to go through and see if anything has recently closed in that building with financing, and then I give the agents who close those transactions a call and ask them if they experience any issues, if there's anything that we should be aware of. Sometimes lenders already have buildings approved in their portfolio of business, but generally speaking, it's just something that we have to work through deal by deal and transaction by transaction. If you have questions about this, I am more than happy to go over it in more detail, but I think it's something that people really are not aware of, that they should be aware of when it comes to financing in our area. And maybe I just confused you even more in this video. But once you go under contract and you actually go through the process, you'll become very familiar with what's going on internally, and it'll make a lot more sense. The biggest thing to know is that when you are buying in a building, the bank is going to qualify you and they're going to qualify the building. This is just something to be aware of something to know if you are purchasing with financing, and just a layer of detail that we have to go over in more detail at a buyer consultation. And as long as you're aware of this when you go under contract, that's the most important thing to know. Make sure as the buyer, if you're getting financing, that you are doing everything on the timeline. So at any point, if there's an issue with the building, it doesn't put something at risk with your deposit. That's the most important thing to know. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. My name is Jamey Prezzi. This is my husband, Ognjen Prezzi. That's it for today, and we will see you soon.